How's everybody doing tonight? Good, I hope. Alright, let's go ahead and start. Well, I think I got the volume turned up really loud. Hold on. Listening to my music and turned it up just a tad, but every little bit matters. Alright. Play. Oh. Whew. Okay. It's weird. Let me know if you can't hear me. Like, some strange, my voice sounds so... I don't even know how to explain it. Like, louder than it should be, and it's painful. And I think it's because sometimes I have the mic too close to my mouth. So, just go to it? No. Okay. So we've got the ice ray.
Back in the Hays Code days, couples had to sleep in 2 separate sleeping bags.
See, Ray and Puma, we're not the only ones. Although it's not sleeping bags.
Looks like Rusty's Fun Mass building has been converted into a Knights of the Templar clubhouse.
Blankets. This way. Ugh. Does it do that with all of the drains? I think so. Oh, it does.
You got it, didn't you? The Nitro Stalker Freeze Gun. So cool. My internet group is gonna be so jealous.
Threaten violence.
Fine. But you breathe one word of this, and I'm gonna turn you into a junior fireman popsicle.
Fine, okay, I won't say anything. Threatened by Tex Murphy. This is so awesome.
It doesn't work.
Aww, he looks so disappointed. Aww. And there's nothing else.
We may only get one chance, Carlos, so I wanted to go over the plan one more time. If Margaret shows up at the Ritz, call me immediately. If I'm delayed, detain her. We have to assume she won't give up the egg voluntarily, but I want to talk to her first. You know why I've given you the cryo chamber. But that has to be the very last resort. And if anything happens to me, I'll need you to contact a friend of mine. Keep it safe until I retrieve it.
Well, it sounds like Mason and Margaret had a major disagreement. I need to locate both of them and get to the bottom of this. I decide to head back to my office to sort things out.
Hey, cowboy. Any memories coming back yet?
Not so far, but something tells me I might be missing out on some really good ones.
That's solid detective work.
So... were we dating?
Dating? Oh, that's so cute. I guess you can call it that. But we were also working together in a more professional capacity.
Well, now my detective skills are picking up a little sarcasm.
Seriously, cowboy, you're good. I've learned a lot working with you the past couple weeks.
Let me get this straight. You and I were working on a case together? Do you mind telling me about that?
Not at all. You wanted a list of tenants here at the Ritz as far back as I could go.
Why would I do that?
It was your dreams. They were vivid before, but they were getting out of control. It's almost like they were changing you into someone else. You talked about seeing things from the past, but you wouldn't give me details. You were incredibly stressed. It was like you actually believed this apartment was haunted. You even started looking into psychometry.
Psycho what?
Psychometry. It's the belief that an object can contain a person's energy or memories.
So, not only am I an amnesiac, but I'm a paranormal idiot. Great.
Sounds crazy, I know. But then we found out about Donnelly.
Who?
J.T. Donnelly. It was the most bizarre thing. I'd heard you mention the name in your sleep. But then, his name turned up when I checked out the previous tenants.
So who is this guy?
He's a private investigator, a real old school brute. He worked for some powerful, influential people, but then he disappeared around 1943. His last known address was here.
San Francisco.
No, here, at the Ritz in this exact apartment.
Okay, that's a little bizarre.
It gets bizarrier. You called me one night, raving like a lunatic, saying the walls were talking. I rushed over and found holes smashed in the wall, and you curled up on the floor in a ball.
Well, I'm glad to hear I haven't changed that much.
You wouldn't tell me what had happened, but after that, you wouldn't sleep here. That's when you got your new place and started to sleep there.
Hold on. I have another place?
Yes, you do. And it's even nicer than here.
This is all crazy. I think I'm gonna sleep here tonight just to see whether it affects me in the same way.
Do you want some company?
Listen, Taylor, I'm beginning to see what the other me saw in you. But in my head, it's still 2043. I've got to tell you, there was somebody else.
Chelsea, I know. I know how much she meant to you, Tex. Losing her was traumatic as hell for you. But she's gone. And there's nothing you can say or do or don't do that's gonna bring her back. Do you feel that?
I sure do.
I'm alive. And that's my heart. It's yours if you want it. And it comes with all the other bits.
Well, if you know about Chelsea, then you must know about my ex, Sylvia. And Sylvia believed the way to a man's heart was right through his sternum.
I don't think you mentioned that.
Well, it's true. And if Chelsea is really gone, then that means it's another time that I get hurt by hooking myself to a woman. So, Taylor, you are a great dame. But I'm telling you right now, it's no dice. Maybe later.
Okay.
6 hours later, the rain was finally letting up. There's just too much going on here for me to do anything other than find out why my memory is lost and what happened to me over the last 7 years. Someone took part of my life, and I want to find out why.
You have a fax.
You have a fax. Anything new on my desk?
You have
No.
a fax.
Looks like Archie's back in town. I should check out his 3 cards to midnight shop and see if he knows anything.
Alright, let's head over there. How many walls? I mean, holes in the wall are there? 4. 4. Places don't stay open for very long.
Archie Ellis is my herbal tea-loving, source for all things alien, supernatural, conspiracy theorist. Or he's just plain crazy. He ran into some trouble with the NSA on my last case. Last I knew, he was hiding out in some tropical locale with a bevy of beauties. I'm surprised he's back in town.
Hey, Murphy, how you doing? You okay? I heard you were having some kind of amnesia. You know, most alien abductees always have some sort of memory loss.
I've got to get some water. My throat's getting really itchy and it's making me cough. So I'll be right back really, really quick. Alright. Sorry about that.
Yeah, well, that didn't happen. Last I saw you, you were on some tropical island hiding out from the NSA.
Okay, like I told you before, I wasn't hiding. I was relaxed. So, and of course, you don't even remember talking to me, do you? Let me see where you got hit. Yowza!
You really back off, man, because I swear I will shoot the next person who tries to touch this, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry. Ouch. Ooh. So, I guess you do need some catching up then. A few months ago, I moved back here from the islands and I opened up this place. And I was hoping that you and I could hang out together like old times, but you haven't been around much.
I've also turned into a heartless jerk, apparently.
Sounded like the same Murph to me, making jokes and putting your cigarette out in my herbal tea before I'm done with it.
So, have you heard anything about what I was working on before the aliens got me?
Not yet, but you know I'm always ready to be Robin to your Batman. Without the homoerotic undertones, of course.
Sorry, Arch, but it's a package deal. If you're gonna be in this with me, you're gonna have to be in all the way.
You had me going there, Murph.
Okay, Boy Wonder, I need you to enter 2 names into the Bat computer. Mason Bowers, Margaret Leonard.
Well, I don't know about Mason Bowers, but Margaret Leonard, she's connected to one of the greatest mysteries of all time. I mean, you know who Nikola Tesla was, right?
Nikola. The cough drop?
Nikola Tesla was a genius. Probably one of the greatest geniuses ever. I mean, it was Tesla, not Marconi, who was the true inventor of the radio. He invented a Tesla coil, the AC electricity, remote control. He even pioneered cryogenics.
So are we almost to the part about Margaret Leonard?
Tesla died in 1943 when the FBI just swooped in and confiscated all his papers and designs. Then in about 2012, all this stuff, the Tesla cash just disappeared. And you want to know who the #1 suspect was?
Margaret Leonard.
No, an FBI agent named Charles Johansson. Now, I know they could never prove that he did it, but then he quits the FBI and joins some Tesla fanatic group called the Tesla Legacy Society, a group dedicated to making the world better through technology. And that's where he meets
Margaret Leonard.
Bingo! They fall in love, they get married. I think they even had a kid together.
So where's Margaret now?
Not a clue. Johansson died a couple years later, cancer, I think. And after that, Margaret just dropped out of circulation.
So all this happened, what, 37 years ago. I mean, no one's found the Tesla cache since then?
It's one of the great mysteries, the lost inventions of Nikola Tesla.
What's the big deal with the Tesla inventions? I mean, there must be some reason they were never made.
Oh, you ever hear of a little thing called Tunguska?
Have I ever? Picked up a bad case when I was down in Mexico. It's where I learned the phrase, Baños, rapidos, ándale muchachos, vámonos!
Oh, Murph, you're too funny. You know, in 1890s, Tesla conducted an experiment and created a resonance frequency. You know, like a big vibration, and it nearly took out a whole chunk of New York City. And then in the 1900s, he began to work on what he called a teleforce beam. The press called it, you know, a death ray, you know, cooler name. But a few years later in Russia, remote area called Tunguska, something caused an explosion 1,000 times greater than the atomic bomb.
1,000 times greater than the atomic bomb 40 years before we invented it?
But that was the last anyone ever heard of the death ray. Tesla never got funding. Instead, they made him out to be some crackpot, and he was broke for the rest of his life. Some people think the plans for it were part of the Tesla cache. Just think how much someone would pay to get their hands on that.
Sorry. Alright, let's ask all these questions.
And I'll never forget what you did tipping me off before that whack job NSA guy could get me. Seems nice.
The Ritz?
You know me, Murph. Always up for an adventure. As long as I don't have to go anywhere. You like my shop? Kind of like my old one, the Cosmic Connection. But I had to change the name in case, you know, the NSA and all that. I eat at the Brew and Stew all the time. I actually wouldn't mind forgetting a few years of my own life, mostly my teenage years. Yeah. Oh, that's the Hollow Babe at the Golden Gate. Yeah, Mojo is warm for her form, or lack thereof, as it were. He's not very friendly, is he? My little buddy Mojo works over there. We hang out a lot, but I can't stay there too long. Something makes my eyeballs burn. Gosh, you'd think a sidekick would be a little more helpful, huh?
Sorry.
Don't know about that. Donnelly's kind of a mysterious character. He was a private detective Tesla may have hired not long before he died. There's a mention of it in one of Tesla's letters. You know, both aliens and ghosts can communicate through their dreams. It's a proven fact.
Is it now?
I've been checking my sources, but no one's heard a thing about her in years. He died like 40 years ago and either left the Tesla cache with Margaret Leonard or somebody else, or he took it to the grave.
I just noticed he's wearing the same kind of glasses as me, only mine are purple.
The Tesla cache is right up there for me. Oh, and the death ray? Well, the name says it all, doesn't it?
As I leave, Archie hands me an old photograph of Margaret Leonard. Maybe someone else on Chandler will recognize her from the picture.
I guess we never go in here. Thought we did. Holograms are people too.
Hey, Tex. How's your case progressing? Not a clue. Sorry, I don't know a lot of people, except the ones that come in here.
Ugh. I think I'm getting syrup. Wonder why Rooks wouldn't be open.
Not again. You're gonna get me fired. Or worse. I remember her. Sweet little old lady. Used to see her around the neighborhood years ago. Don't remember the last time I saw her. Can't help you with that.
I hope you don't mind, Mike. I've been telling folks in the neighborhood about your situation, just so they know it's the old Tex they're dealing with. Let me know what else I can do for you.
You can take a hike.
I know you was having bad dreams way back when, but I didn't hear nothing else about him after, you know, the thing with Chelsea happened. Oh, I know this little lady. Haven't seen her around in quite a while, but she used to come in pretty regular. I think she lived at the Ritz, at least for a time. She and Chelsea were real friendly. Pretty sure her name wasn't Margaret Leonard, though. At least that ain't the name she told me.
Well, what name did she tell you? So I can ask everyone else. Okay. That would have been helpful.
Still can't believe I'm working with the one and only Tex Murphy. What can I do for you, sir? That's the witch. At least that's what I call her. A couple times I've seen this old lady sneaking around the neighborhood.
Okay. Is there nothing else I can get? Oh, are these guys still here, or is it just open? No. I wonder if I can go somewhere. Beach house. I don't need to go to the beach house. Oh yeah. I wonder if we can talk to Sapphire.
Well, this is a flashy new neighbor.
Oh, I guess not.
If you were looking for me earlier, I wasn't here.
Yeah, I'm a PI, so I figured that one out already. Now that you're back, I wonder if you could help me out with something. You recognize the woman in this photo?
Oh, nice. I think I saw her in a playbook from 1996. This your girlfriend?
Not yet, but I'd like to take her out for dinner and drinks, and well, then we'd go from there.
I'm just kidding about this woman being your girlfriend. She's actually mine. No, I'm kidding again. This is Margaret Leonard. She's had a room here at the Ritz forever. She used to live here, but I haven't seen her in years. So, she may not be here anymore, but she auto-pays her rent. So it's all good.
Any chance you can get me into her apartment?
Not a chance in hell. I let her install her own security system, just like you, except hers is a real one. I can't tell you which apartment it is, but you won't get in without a passcode or a personal invitation. Maybe I could try to help you with something else.
Give him some chocolate.
I haven't tried it. They say that the sauce will melt your eyeballs, and that's a risk I'm just not willing to take. I know for a fact I've never seen this fox before, because if I had, she'd be my lady love.
Who was that? Oh. That woman in the latex.
Can't help you with that. All I know about her is she's got a room here. I hardly ever see her, so I don't know when she's here and when she isn't. No, I'll bet she was something back in the day. Way back in the day.
Ugh. I wonder if we can look at the picture. Oh, here we go.
I wonder if anyone else on Chandler Avenue has seen Margaret Leonard. Man, I don't even know what I was trying to do.
You were trying to hug the photo.
Well, this is a flashy new neighbor.
I have a flashlight. I have a flashlight! I had no idea! I think it tells you later in the game that you have a flashlight. I think I remember hearing about, or, you know, having it in the demo. And even though I've played through this game, I don't know why I forgot.
Uh-oh. That doesn't look good. Needs a key.
Do I have one? No.
This rug is used to cover the horrid stains that reside underneath.
Is that why you wanted a rug for the doorway? Hallway?
Oh, I had this door permanently sealed as it opened directly into my bedroom. People thought that was awfully presumptuous of me.
I'm kidding, our floors don't have stains. It's a brand new house. Blub, 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 blub. Which I cleaned today. Well, I wonder if I can use my phone and call that blonde woman. Whee!
Looks like somebody's wiped my computer. No messages on the vid phone.
I can't use the phone.
You know, Murph, I think we make a great team. What can I do for you?
Tex must be freakishly tall.
That's the most recent photo of Margaret Leonard I could find. Like I said, she's been out of circulation for a while.
Oh, Rook's is open now. What? How? Just... Okay, I guess I had to talk to somebody specific and it opens. You can see him in there in the counter. Motionless.
I've been thinking, Murphy, perhaps I should confide something to you.
Oh, this should be good.
That is, you believe Maldonado is spying on you, but it could have been someone else.
Not Margaret Leonard by any chance.
How did you know?
Do the words P.I. mean anything to you?
Margaret may be in grave danger. I've tried to contact her, but to no avail.
Gosh, if only we knew someone with some detective skills. Do you know how to get into her apartment?
No, but she may have left a clue. Some time ago, she left this in my care. It's for you.
For me?
She wanted you to have it in case anything happened. I met Margaret years ago. She was a woman of secrets.
A woman of secrets.
I have an interest in Tesla collectibles, so yes, I've heard of it. And no, I don't know where you could find it. I met Margaret years ago. She was a woman of secrets.
Was she a woman of secrets? Oh. The life of Nikola Tesla. Let's see, 1:15. I mean, well, it's 15. 9. Okay. Seven. Yeah, supposed to be it. Okay, 4, 5, 7. Oh, yay!
Why would Margaret Leonard leave me a key?
Why not?
Uh-oh. That doesn't look good.
Oh. It's a bone saw.
That chair looks comfortable. Too comfortable. As I walk in the bathroom, I realize there's something wrong here. Something terribly wrong.
Well then. A headless body in a bathtub. Headless corpse. Who has a window like this in a bathroom? Yuck.
think I found Margaret Leonard. Well, most of her.
Most of her.
Was she blind when she picked these out? Oh, there's a flower for each month of the year.
Wonder what flower that is. Look like, kind of look like water lilies. Ooh. I think this is a seasons. Would this be spring? What's this red one? Is it the rose? Spring, summer. I guess fall? And the daisy is... oh, that's spring. Maybe this is winter. Winter, spring, summer, and fall. Okay, I've already forgotten what's... okay, I think it's the rose. You know, I don't know which one goes first. Maybe spring, summer. The daisy, rose, blue one, and the yellow. Or does this not do anything? Okay, then never mind, I don't know. I think it's like a clock. The January one should be in the first, which I think that's what I left it at. The rose is... February, February. May, June. April. January. April. Right? It was April. Blue one is September. Yes! I'm smart.
It's a picture of someone named Mantis.
And some other photos. Right. Look. No.
It's a business card for someone named Count Saint Germain.
Count Saint Germain? Oh, 1 second. Flarp, flarp. Sorry about that. Trying to make sure Ranpuma's still there. The last thing he said was okay to me being right back. And that was a long time ago. I know sometimes the streams don't work very well on Safari. He works at Apple, so that's all they have.
Well, hello, boys.
Mr. Murphy, you need to come with us if you want to live.
Seriously?
Just kidding. What was going on in there? You know the drill.
Why do so many people around you end up dead?
Well, everybody dies eventually.
But not all at once. Did you kill Margaret Leonard?
A magic show?
Oh, yeah. And what happened to her head? Let's see. Behind my ear, yes.
We keep walking in on you with all these dead bodies. You must be the unluckiest guy in the world.
Alright, Ran Puma, no problem. In fact, let me type that just in case you can't hear me. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry about that. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I might be. But you gotta start looking for another suspect.
I don't care why, I just want to know who.
Wait a second, how do we even know it's Margaret Leonard? I mean, maybe that's why they took the head.
Yeah, that might have worked 100 years ago, but now we've got apps for that. We've already got a positive ID.
It's kind of fun, isn't it? I mean, kind of working together, bouncing ideas, sharing information. I mean, what if I said I had some information that might help your investigation?
I'd say you were withholding evidence.
No, I said I might have something.
No, you said you had something that might help.
Yeah, oops. Look, Danwich, you seem like a stand-up guy, and I know you don't want any vigilantism, so I'll play it by the book. I think I have video that might have been shot by the guy who killed Margaret Leonard. I'm just gonna hand it to you and hope you'll cut me some slack.
It's on your smart, Alex? Let's have it.
The guy in the video's Mason Bowers.
And this is the guy you think was abducted. The problem is there's no evidence of anyone being abducted, so I can't investigate. My hands are tied.
Well, mine, as you see, are not.
I may have seen this guy before on some kind of surveillance video.
A surveillance video, you say?
The video could have shown you in your apartment talking to an elderly lady. There may have been another man there as well, a mutant of some kind, who might have jumped you. The elderly lady, in theory, could have appeared to have injected you when you were restrained. In the ensuing struggle, you might have been knocked out on the fire escape.
And when would Bowers have shown, hypothetically?
Right after you were knocked out, tore through the apartment in pursuit of the old lady.
So everything that I've told you matches up, and we're both looking for Mason Bowers.
Are you familiar with a program called VCT, Vehicle Compliance Tracking? All cars come with sensors that report when one is out of compliance. For example, when you have your right front headlight shot out, if you could access the VCT database, which is illegal and highly inadvisable, you would find a list of all vehicles with the right front headlight shot out. If you could provide more information on the vehicle, you can access an ID and an address from the registration.
Any chance this might have been the vehicle seen in the Maldonado surveillance video?
I gotta get back to work, Murphy. If you got questions, ask them. And then stop wasting my time with this speculative nonsense. I know who Zach Williams is, and who his associates are. I'd advise you to keep your distance. Don't recognize the face. Sorry. That's Margaret Leonard? I'll have to take your word for it. A speeder with a broken headlight on the front passenger side? No idea what you're talking about.
As soon as I got back from the new San Francisco Police Department, I had an urgent message from Rook. It seems Rook had a soft spot for Margaret, and wanted to bring her some justice. He told me he had another interested party in the Tesla cache, a Count Saint Germain, who was staying at the Golden Gate Hotel. Maybe he could divulge some answers.
Yes.
One hears a great deal about Tex Murphy on Chandler Avenue. To what do I owe this pleasure?
Word is you're a big fan of Nikola Tesla, or at least his stuff.
Yes. Your local pawn shop has a remarkably extensive offering of Tesla paraphernalia. Certainly the largest cache I've found this side of Belgrade.
You mind if I ask what your interest is in Tesla?
I gather you're at least somewhat familiar with the story of the Tesla cache? I believe some of the items Rook has were part of the Tesla cache, but he refuses to divulge how he obtained them. I presume from Margaret Leonard, or some third party who got them from her.
Shocking. Rook normally would cut off his right arm if he thought somebody'd buy it.
I've spent many years searching for something. My hope is to find a clue as to its whereabouts in Tesla's letters or journals. But the trail has led me here. Tell me, Mr. Murphy, do you know the name J.T. Donnelly?
Yeah. I mean, I just heard about it, but he was a PI, and he lived around here back in the 1940s.
At the Ritz, in the very room in which you now live. An intriguing connection.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting and maybe a little weird, but it's not a connection.
But it's so much more than that. Back in Donnelly's time, there was a man known as the Sleeping Prophet, Edgar Casey. He made a compelling case for the belief that most of us have lived past lives.
You're losing me.
Come now. You've said on more than one occasion that you felt as if you'd been born a century too late. A man out of time, as it were. Tell me, do you have disturbingly realistic, vivid dreams of another era?
What? You know about my dreams? I must be getting incredibly broad-minded in my old age. So what are you saying? I was J.T. Donnelly in a former life?
We could explore that possibility, but first, have eggs ever appeared in your dreams?
Oh, I love eggs, of course. Poached, over easy, scrambled. I mean, they're certainly nature's wonder food.
There are affordable accommodations in better parts of the city. Something could have been drawing you specifically to the Ritz. Don't you agree?
Yeah, cheap rent. Could you maybe help me out with these memories? Help me interpret these dreams?
If you could find this egg, or even put me on its trail again, I have certain techniques, such as regression and channeling, that could help you recall past events. And, I should add, the egg is worth a fortune, which I would gladly pay.
We talk for a few minutes longer, but I tell him I need to get back to the case. This is way beyond my comprehension. Mystical eggs? Mind regression? Past lives? It's boggling. Margaret spoke of an egg being held by a religious fanatic who prays. Was it the Tesla egg I found in the wall at the Ritz? If so, it would have been there for over 100 years. Does it have some sort of channeling power from the person who possessed it? Well, Mason Bowers is still the key. I need data for the VCT so I can find out who kidnapped him. I better start asking around.
Time for some good old-fashioned detective work. You should talk to potential witnesses and see if they know anything about the suspicious vehicle involved with the abduction.
All right. Question asking time. They're still gone.
Hey, Tex. How's your case progressing?